பேஸ்ல வச்சிருக்காங்க. அதுல ஒரு ரூட் போட்டுருந்தாங்க, அதை பார்த்து நான் வந்தேன். பார்த்து வந்தாலும் டேஸ்ட் நான் இவ்வளவு தூரம் நல்லா இருக்கும்னு நினைச்சு பார்க்கல. உண்மையாலுமே நல்லா இருக்கு. நெக்ஸ்ட் வந்து இவங்களோட இந்த ஃபிஷ் ஃப்ரை ரீசெண்டா இருங்க. இவங்கெல்லாம் வந்து ரொம்ப வருஷமா செய்யறாங்க. அதனால வந்து நமக்கு நல்ல பொருளை கொடுக்கணும்னு தான் முயற்சி பண்ணுவாங்க. இந்த மாதிரி இருக்கக்கூடிய சின்ன சின்ன கடைகளை சப்போர்ட் பண்ணுங்க. அந்த சைட்ல வரீங்கன்னா வண்டியை நிறுத்திட்டு, நானே என் காரை அடுத்த ஸ்ட்ரீட்ல நிறுத்திட்டு சும்மா நடந்து சாப்பிட்டுட்டு இருக்கேன். நான் பெரிய பெரிய பிராண்டுக்கெல்லாம் போயிட்டு ஒரு தக்காளி சாப்பாடு, தயிர் சாப்பாடு, நான் அந்த ரெகுலர் ஹோட்டல் தான் சாப்பிட்டு இருக்கேன். நமக்கு எங்க வீட்டு சாப்பாடு இருக்கு. ஸோ அங்கெல்லாம் போனீங்கன்னா 70 ரூபா 80 ரூபா மினிமம். இங்கெல்லாம் வந்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு 40 ரூபாய்க்குள்ள, மினிமம் 40 ரூபாய்க்குள்ள தான் வெரைட்டி ரைஸ் இருக்கும். வாங்கிட்டு ஒரு ஆம்லேட் வச்சு கட்டி சாப்பிட்டு போயிட்டே இருக்கலாம். நல்ல இந்த மீன் வறுவலோட வேவு சாப்பிடலாம். அருமையா இருக்குங்க. ஆஹா, அப்படியே தொட தொட ஆம்லெட்டு, மீன் குழம்பு, சோறு அப்படியே சுத்தி அடிக்க வேண்டியது. இந்த மாதிரி
Everybody can hear me? Hello?
தக்காளி சாப்பிடும் தெரியுமா?
Yes. Good morning.
Okay. Just wait a minute. We will just continue the session, okay? We will start by 10:30.
சாப்பிட முடிச்சிட்டேன். ஆனா உங்க கடையில அந்த வெரைட்டி ரைஸ் எல்லாம் செம்மையா இருந்தது. ரொம்ப தரமா இருந்தது. அந்த வேர்க்கடலை எல்லாத்துலயும் போடுறீங்க. ஆமா, அது நல்லா இருக்கு சொன்னீங்க. அப்புறம் சீரக ரைஸ் வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா பட்டாணி போடுறீங்க. இதெல்லாம் ஏதோ ஒண்ணு ஆட் ஆன் கொடுத்துக்கிட்டே இருக்கு. ஆமா, சூப்பர், எல்லாமே நல்லா இருந்தது. அதனால உங்க கூட்டுங்க. அது மட்டும் இல்லாம இவங்க வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா யூடியூபர்ஸ் இல்லைங்களா? இவங்க வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா யூடியூப், இன்ஸ்டாகிராம் அக்கௌண்ட்ல வச்சிருக்காங்க. அவங்க லிங்க்ல நான் டிஸ்கிரிப்ஷன்ல கொடுக்குறேன். நீங்க பேர்னா போய் பாருங்க.
Kind suggestion, please mute yourself, please.
நீங்க பேசுற டயலாக் வந்து உண்மையுமே நல்லா இருக்கு. அதை இன்னொரு டைம் பேசுங்க. எனக்கு அன்பான ஆண்களே அழகு பெண்களே. ஓகே, இவங்களோட டீடைல்ஸ் எல்லாத்தையும் நான் கீழே டிஸ்கிரிப்ஷன்ல மென்ஷன் பண்றேன். சாய்பாபா கல்வி சைடு வரீங்கன்னா மறக்காம சாப்பிடுங்க. உண்மையுமே நல்லா இருந்தது. சரி, என்ன பிரைஸ் எல்லாம் சொல்லிருக்கேன். தக்காளி சாதம், தயிர் சாதம்,
Sir, kindly mute yourself, please.
காளான் பிரியாணி, சோயா பிரியாணி போடுவோம், அதெல்லாம் 40 ருபீஸ். சாம்பார் சாதம் போடுவோம், அதுவும் 40 ருபீஸ். அப்புறம் சிக்கன் பிரியாணியும் போடுவோம், அது வந்து 60 ருபீஸ். அப்புறம் ஒயிட் ரைஸ் மீன் குழம்பு வந்து 70 ருபீஸ், ஃபுல் மீல்ஸ் அன்லிமிட்டெட். அப்புறம் வெஜ்ஜு வந்து இந்த பொரியல் வந்துடும். மீன் குழம்பு, பொரியல், அப்பளம் இதெல்லாம் வந்துடும். அப்புறம் ரசம், மோர் இதெல்லாம் வந்துடும். அப்புறம் வெஜ்ஜுக்கு சாம்பார், ரசம், மோர் அது வந்து 60 ரூபா. எல்லாமே அஃபோர்டபுள்.
Is everyone is audible? Good morning, everyone.
Very good morning, madam.
So this is Harshita. It gives me enormous pleasure to welcome you all here on behalf of ISD Academy India Private Limited and PS Quality Certification Private Limited. ISD Academy focusing on providing quality education, thereby developing skills and enhancing empowerment to professionals by narrowing the gap in expectations between industry and education institutions globally. Now, ISD is an established professional research and development institution, well supported by highly qualified, devoted, and experienced professionals focusing towards quality. In today's era of artificial intelligence and machine learning, we are adopting the following technologies in our training. We offer a wide spectrum of institutional oriented program from student oriented training, student placement training, NAC awareness session, value added course in health sciences, engineering and arts and science, IQAC training, and faculty development programs in various domains. Our mission. The mission of ISD Academy is to serve the people of South Asia in creating, communicating, and perceiving and applying knowledge, art, and academic values, and in developing leaders and citizens who will challenge the present and enrich future of our country. Our vision. The vision of our ISD Academy is to the most globally recognized technical academy in South Asia. We strive to produce high employable graduates through values and through our dedicated staff who shall set global standards, making our students technically superior. Our aim is to provide top quality training to your staff, teaching skills that can be transferred realistically to the workplace. So for today's webinar on Mastering the Art of AQAR Submission, a strategic guide for success. I would like to introduce our eminent speaker, edutech professional, Mr. Satyanarayanan sir, who is having a decade of research experience in quality education and industrial segments on health and safety and distributive technology, made him to choose edutechnology as his profession. His life mission is to reach 10 million young minds of our nation through its global training activities, broadcasts, and through an initiative, Quality Education for All, movements to attain UNESCO 2030 Sustainable Goals. His holistic design of training session, social activities is making positive transformation among educators, industrialists, and students. He strongly believes the quote, championship mindset, championship yourself. His position includes Adjunct Faculty at College of Engineering Guindy, Board of Advisor for ISD Academy India Private Limited, Technical Advisor for Respro Labs, Learning and Development Head, Savam Safety Equipments, Quality Management System Lead Auditor, Educational Organization Management System Lead Auditor, and first lead auditor to train more than 50 EOMS lead auditors in India. Board of Study Member, Rajalakshmi Institution. Successfully designed effective IQAC structure for more than 25 institutions. IQAC member for around 10 institutions, some renowned institutions at Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Pondicherry, Telangana, and Andhra Pradesh. I'm very happy to welcome you, sir. You may take over the session.
Very good morning, madam. Very good morning. I hope my voice is clear.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, super. Thank you. Thank you for it. As today's session, I've been welcoming all the educators who have been joined here for this session. I hope my slide has been shared to all. Okay, good. Okay, thank you. Very good morning. Very good. Okay. Good morning to all the educators who have been participating in our monthly webinar on mastering the art of annual quality assurance report submission and how well we have been doing and what is going to be the strategic guide for success. So, my dear educators who have been working for submission of your annual quality assurance report, it plays a very vital role in such a way that the strategy, what we are going to build, how we are going to frame, and how we are going to monitor for this AQAR submission plays a very major role in such a way that how well we are going to build a sustainable quality to our organization. That plays a very, very important role. Are we going to place a sustainable development goal or not? So the entire session, which we have been designed in such a way that how we can able to add more values, how we can able to add more values in such a way that we can able to, make this, AQR as a very fruitful way that can able to add a lot of success stories to our institution. This is going to be our, overall objective of the session. And we are going to learn in such a way that, what are the things, we can able to have as a strategy for this, AQR submission, and how we can able to ensure that we can able to add values to this session. So the main objectives of this session is going to be two key parameters. The two key parameters are going to be, what is going to be our sustainable AQR. Sustainable annual quality assurance report. Next, we are going to identify about the key parameters of this annual quality assurance report. The third takeaway is going to be the strategy which is being developed by our ISD Academy to submit the AQR, not submission of AQR, in such a way that how this sustainable development can be achieved by making sure that this AQR, annual quality assurance report, is being made in such a way as a sustainable growth for the institution. This is going to be our key takeaways. With this key takeaways, we can able to move forward for our session. So, in this entire session, we are going to concentrate on sustainable development of our institution, educational institution quality. When we are going to talk about educational institutional quality sustainability. So the today's session is going to be more focused on this terminology only. Quality of education, yes, we have been made series of programs in last 3 years on different aspects towards this educational institution quality, since we have been working towards the SDG goal number 4, quality education for all. This educational institution quality, whenever we are going to talk about this educational institution quality, this education institution quality have been relayed based on these 3 key parameters. Okay, there are a lot of parameters with there is holistic growth, but these 3 parameters have been occupies the holistic growth which we have been talking right now. It may be the academic excellence. Okay, academic excellence, how I can able to ensure that effective and efficient way of teaching learning process have been carried out in my institution towards this academic excellence. This is one very important parameter. The next parameter is going to be student learning outcomes. Learning outcomes, many of us, we have been thinking about the learning outcomes maybe towards the end of the semester are getting the marks. It's not like that. What is the continuous, what is the lifelong learning, what are the value systems, what is the robust atmosphere which we have been going to provide to our learners, what is the value system we have been incorporated, the second parameter. The third important parameter is educational sustainability. Very important terminology. Now we have been, most of the institutions, most of the renowned institutions have been looking towards these parameters called educational sustainability. How we are going to integrate the sustainable principle for the long-term impact. Whenever we are talking about the sustainable principles, don't think about, okay, only the, okay, sustainable development goal number. No, okay, sustainable development goal 17, yes, it's been there. What is our sustainable development goals as an institution? What are the sustainable development goals which I have been providing on as an institution? What is my sustainable development goals? How well I've been providing on that plays, okay, that plays a very major role. We have been going to see that, okay, we have been going to see that today, how we can able to move forward. So before we are going to move forward, I just want to ask a reflection from our educators. Whenever we are going to assess the educational institution on sustainability, what are maybe the parameters? Okay, you can able to put the parameters which you want to assess your educational institution for sustainability, educational institution sustainability. What are maybe the parameters? Any reflection? What are the parameters? Okay, kindly you can able to put your reflections in the chat box. Okay, I've been getting few of your reflections. Good. If you are going to assess the educational quality of your institution, what are maybe the parameters, some parameters which you will assess as an educational institution, and you can able to tell that we have been moving forward as a sustainable towards the sustainable social, economic, environmental, excellent contribution to society, good. Any other parameters? My dear educators, this plays a very important role. Okay, this plays a very, very important role. Uh, how we are going to integrate, okay, how we are as an institution, lifelong learning ecosystem, excellent. Okay. Good. Diversity, gender into caring capacity, excellent. Okay, now, my dear educators, thanks for your lightning reply here. Now, my reflection is going to be how we are going to integrate this. Like it may be lifelong learning, it may be towards the society, it may be towards the academic, which you have been posted, okay, which you have been posted here. How you can able to ensure this, how you are going to integrate this as a process. Yes, industry institution collaboration. Because whenever you are going to talk about the sustainability of your institution, yes, the parameters which you have been listed out is excellent, but how we can able to move forward? How the parameters which you have been assessed, how you can able to ensure that as an institution, okay, as an institution, how I can able to put it as my process. That is a very important parameter. Is it right? Okay, if you can able to put it as a process, okay, as a daily routine process, surely you can able to ensure that you can able to do lot of wonders as an institution. Am I right? So how we can able to move forward it? Okay, how we can able to ensure, okay, how we can able to ensure that how we can able to move further to accommodate, okay, to ensure that the parameters which you have been listed out here, it can be, okay, it can be used as a process integration of my process. So I've been taking out the reference from our NAC. Okay, I've been going to list out some of the key parameters, and now we are going to integrate as a process, okay, as a process in our institution. So whenever we are going to talk about the first key parameters, the curricular aspects. Curricular aspects, yes, many institutions, whenever we have been going for the academic audit, whenever we have been going for, okay, educational organization management system audit, or for their educational institution quality audit, we face that some institutions, they ask that we are affiliating, okay, institution, how well we can able to play a major role in this enhancement of this particular parameters curriculum. Yes, I agree, thoroughly I've been agree that, but how well you can able to ensure that, okay, you can able to identify the parameters, some of the areas which you can able to add more values as a affiliating institution itself. The parameters are, okay, the parameters are ensure that about the value added courses, ensure about a certification courses. How we can able to ensure? I can able to ensure that before framing the syllabus for this value added or the certification courses, I can able to get the opinion, the feedback from my stakeholders, from my, okay, employers, from my professionals, from my alumni who have been working in the market. So make sure that how well I've been adding values to this value added courses and certification courses, how dedicatedly I've been framing a syllabus in such a way that how I am going to make sure that my students have been added value by giving this particular program. Even you can able to think about in such a way that, yes, the syllabus of my value added certification courses is being freezed. Okay, while you are going to discuss with your stakeholders, interested party, even you can able to call upon, okay, some of the industry peoples, okay, some of the industry peoples, or you can able to ensure that you can able to call up some of the employers to take a particular certification course itself that adds more value. Is it right? Here, make sure that the key parameter of the curriculum for institution, I've been talking about the affiliating colleges. Okay. So make sure that how I am adding values towards this value added courses and certification courses, how much, okay, how much intensity of the program have been delivered. Okay, apart from my CO and PO, I've been understood that in last year, my CO PO mapping, this is going to be the gap. This is the gap which I've been identified. To fulfilling the gap, I've been going to provide the value added and certification course. Is it right? It's not that based on the current need, current technology we are providing. Yes, that is one part. But the most important aspect is how I am going to ensure that my CO and PO mapping is being done in such a way that a skill has been transferred. Very important thing. Next, we are going to talk about a student projects, internships. Okay, yes, based on many universities norms, this internship field work is going to be a compulsory one. But as an institution, how well I added values towards that? Okay, I'm not talking about the number here, my dear friend. I'm not talking about the numbers of students. I've been talking about the value of these internships, value of this project work, how the value can be added, objective based internships, whether the internships has been converted into a research, whether it has been converted into a journal, whether it has been going to converted as a conference proceedings. This is the intensity of this. Make sure that, okay, make sure that whether at least the internships which we are going to permit, make sure that the college is the, okay, the institution is having a responsibility in such a way that what is going to be the, okay, pain point of the institution, how well I am going to add values to that. Most of the institution, okay, they tell that the research, okay, criteria 3 are the research is going to be the very big hurdles. Make sure that you can able to use this as one of the aspect of adding the journals publications in your institution. So right, it's also one of the area which there is a real need in such a way that the most important hurdle here is you have to identify the pain points of the institution before you are sending your students to that institution for the internships. And the most important factor which I like to share with you is, okay, you can able to implement this thing, okay, at least this thing after this session. Make sure that after your students have been completing the internships, one implementation per internship. One implementation in your institution, it may be anything, okay, it may be, okay, it may be writing a SOP, it may be, okay, it may be identifying what are the PPEs required for the lab, it may be, okay, identification of NABL procedures, it may be identifications of the right CPR methods, it may be anything, okay, it may be anything, but make sure that one implementation per internships is being required. So at the end of the semester or the end of the year, you can able to see lot of colorful implementation in your department. Is it right? So make sure that how well you have been using it. Next, about the institutional feedback. Very important aspect, my dear friends. Very, very, very important aspect. Feedback. If you are going to tell that yes, we have been having a feedback mechanism, my objective is, okay, my objective or my finding here is different. Are you having a SOP of feedback? SOP means when the feedback has to be obtained, after getting the feedback, what is the mechanism, what is the analysis, after analysis, what is the action taken, and what is the effectiveness of action taken. Okay, what is the sample size which you have been taken? What is the sample size of previous, okay, previous AQAR, and what is the sample size of this AQAR while you are going to do the submission of this feedback? This plays a very, very, very vital role. This plays a very important input for all your IQAC. Okay, IQAC meetings, this feedback, this plays a very vital role. My humble submission to all the educators is make sure that you have been having a right SOP, write a policy in such a way that you have been obtaining a feedback. Okay, right feedback, right time, how we are going to analysis is going to be the very important aspect on this. Okay, the first aspect, which is known as the curricular aspect. Next, we are going for teaching and learning. In this teaching, learning, and evaluation, okay, make sure that, okay, how the enrollment percentage, many institutions have been doing a lot of wonders. Make sure that, okay, how if the enrollment percentage is above 90, okay, above 90 or above 95, okay, make sure that, okay, how will the diversity of the students is, okay, from the different sectors, different geographical area, what is the percentage? How well we can able to improve on this particular statement is for the university. You have to concentrate in such a way that what about our, okay, institution demand in the neighboring states? What about our institution demand in neighboring, okay, countries? How well we can able to do that? For affiliating, okay, colleges, make sure that what is the strategy I've been following on for this enrollment? Because the quality, okay, the quality which I adds more flavor, surely it can be directly proportional to this enrollment percentage. Is it right? So make sure, okay, so make sure that you have been doing it, okay, you have been doing it in such a way that you have been having a right strategy for this. Next, student full-time teacher ratio. Make sure that you have been, if you are going to be the university, make sure that how well you have been having a decremental value. Last year it is 1:15. This year we have been brought it down to 1:12. If you can able to ask me, okay, if you are going to ask me, the subjects are same, the coursework are same, why the reduction of the faculties, okay, required? It's right. Why the reduction of faculties required? My dear, my dear educators, for analytical subjects, okay, always you can able to provide 2 faculty if possible. Okay, if possible, as a university, always you can able to think upon the value which I obtained last year. What is the percentage of reduction I'm going to have in such a way that I am marching towards this education quality. Next, about the pass percentage of the students. Very, very, very directly relevant to your quality assessment. Okay, any aspect. Okay, it may be on any aspect. It may be on any circumstance. Make sure that while I'm going to submit this AQR, what is my pass percentage? What is going to be my objective of this pass percentage on my next AQR? Okay, the IQAC department have to play a very vital role here, setting the context of this. Pass percentage is not only for the final year. Okay, NAC is asking the final year pass percentage, but my kind submission here is entirely different. Start from the first semester onwards. Make sure that your learners is feeling that the quality of your institution, ensuring that minimum pass percentage is right. Make sure that you are segregating your learners based on their learner needs on advanced learners, average learners, or the slow learners. From the first of, okay, from your first semester onwards, if you have been done that, yes, surely this pass percentage is not going to be a very big hurdle at all. Next, attainment of CO and POs. Are we having a mechanism of ensuring that the COs and POs have been mapped together in a right way? If you are going to say, yes, my next query is going to be, if you are saying, yes, my next query is going to be, if your CO and POs are not, okay, attained, what is going to be your next course of action? Are you having a SOP for that? So make sure that you have been having a right SOPs, and also you have been having a comparison with the last AQR towards this AQR, how much the attainment, okay, what is the attainment percentage, how well it has been progressing in a right way. Next, we are going to talk about the third important criteria of research, innovations, and extension activities. Very important parameters. Okay, research, innovations, and extensions. Very important parameters. We are going to talk from first, we are going to talk about the grants received from government and non-government agencies towards this research project. Many of us have been thinking that getting grants is one of the very big hurdles, but I can able to submit my reflection here saying that getting the grants is the final output. But as an institution, as a department, as a research institution, okay, how many of my faculties have been applied for the grant? What is the number on it? Next one, as a research center, whether my faculties have been aware in such a way that what are the grants have been eligible for? What are the grants have been floated out? How to apply it? As a research institution, yes, I have to have a mechanism in such a way that my faculties are having an entire knowledge on this. I've been spreading this as a culture towards my educators. Is it right? The next one is going to be the research methodology workshops and seminars. I'm not merely going to talk about the numbers here. I'm going to talk about the effectiveness of these seminars. Last year, this many seminars have been conducted on towards the research. Okay, what is the outcome of it? Okay, what is the outcome of it? If that is going to be evaluated as a IQAC, that's the very right way which we have been progressing on, right? Yes, the numbers should be there. Next, what is the outcome? What is the outcome? That plays a very important role. Next, about the research papers and book published. Last year, this department have been published this many papers. What is the current status of it? Okay, what is the current status of it? After finishing this, the criteria, I will tell you that what is the proactive methodology which I have to follow. For this research papers or books, okay, I told you there are n numbers of ways which you can able to add values. You can able to add numbers to this. The first one is about the internships. Second one is going to be the consultancy. Third one is going to be how well, okay, the competencies of a particular faculties have been utilized by other faculties. Make sure that all this has to be made in such a way that 360 degree. After I've been going to do this, what is going to be the benefit and what is going to be the add-on values to my institution. That's going to play a very major role. Next, we are going to talk about criteria 3 about the extension and outreach projects. Very important aspect. Why we are going to talk about this extension and outreach activity? Okay, don't think that it's going to play a very major role, and it's going to have we are going to concentrate on numbers. No. Each and every outreach program which you have been organized, what is the objective of the program, and after this the objective is being obtained or not, and what is the experiential learning. I'm not talking about experimental learning. Experiential learning my faculty obtained, and what is the experiential learning my students obtained, and what is going to be the real impact after this outreach program. Even this outreach program, the reflections can be converted as a research project. Is that right? Because the student is being involved there. The faculties has been involved there. How we are going to convert this as exponential learning for us? You have to have a methodology, you have to have a process for that. Next, about the MOUs. How I am going to, as an institution, this year, how much number of MOUs with an institution, with an industry, with the NGO plays a matter. So, right, with schools, different cadres of people, with research organization. So don't focus on MOUs only with the industries, only with the hospitals. No, with the different cadres. And most important objective of this is how well I'm going to use this MOU as a functional MOU, and I've been doing the activities based, events based. How much events have been conducted last year for this particular objective? How much we have been obtained right now? That plays a very, very important major role here. Next, about the infrastructure and learning resources. Infrastructure and learning resources plays a very important role. About our administrative, about our infrastructure, enhancement which we have been going to do. Here we are going to talk about the augmentations. Yes, the newly incorporated technologies, newly incorporated physical items which have been obtained for my institution on this AQAR time, comparing to last year to this year. And what is the utilization also, that plays an important role. ICT based after COVID, many institutions done wonders. They have been doing, they have been having LMS, ICT based, excellent. But now, how effectively it is being used, that's a very important parameters which you have to evaluate. Next, how much expenditures have been opt for the maintenance purpose. Many institutions is having a world-class infrastructure. Are we having a right SOP? Are we having a right policy to ensure that it is being continued as it is? Or else it's going to be fit and forgot. In maintenance, we always tell that fit and forgot. No, it should not be in such a case. Availability, whether my infrastructure availability is 24/7 without any problem. Make sure that you have been concentrating on this factor such a way that you have been adding values to your institution by having a best utilization of your infrastructure. Next, library books purchased. Library books purchased. What is the number of books, values, and third thing, don't end your analysis there. Add in such a way that what is the utilization or added value after we have been obtained or after we have been purchased these books. That adds that adds more values towards our institution. Next, we have been moving further for student support and progression. Student support and progression. Student support and progression plays a very important factor in such a way that how well, okay, I've been supporting my student towards his objective. As an institution, how well I've been facilitating. Okay, here in quality education, we call this student support as a student delightment. One part is student delightment. Next part is institutional. It is the bounded responsibility of an institution. Is that right? It's not the added factor or it's not a supplemental. No, it is as an institution. I am born to do this, and for our students, it's going to be a delightful factor. So make sure that you are going to have a number on student benefited by scholarships and freeships. Scholarships is different, freeships is different. So what is the number, what is the value, and what are the different forms of scholarships your students has been availed this year? I'm not talking about your institutional scholarship. No, not at all. I'm talking about maybe the government or non-government. A lot of NGOs have been providing. Okay, a lot of industries have been providing a scholarship as a part of the CSR fund. Make sure that are you having a mechanism in such a way that your students have been aware of such kind of scholarships, when they will aware, how they will aware, when they will apply, who's been in charge for that. Yes, my dear institute, okay, my dear educators, all this is required to facilitate our learners. They are our learners. Okay, they are going to be our learners. Next, we are going to talk about the skill enhancement program. Very, very, very important thing which you have to add values to it. Skill assessment or skill enhancement program. This value added or the certification program is entirely different. This skill enhancement program is I've been identified, I have been assessed the skill levels of my learners on the first year itself. From this year onwards, I'm going to enhance the skill sets. Skill sets cannot be obtained in a day, within a week. No, it should be a throughout learning, semester 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. Are we having a syllabus for that? If you are going to say yes, the next question is going to be how I am going to evaluate the skill sets of my learners to ensure that the obtained skill is being as per the expectation of my program. Next is going to be the placements of my students. Placement of my students, make sure that the first criteria is going to be the median. What is the average salary rate of your institution? What is the top salary and what is the least salary? Okay, CTC, I'll be talking about CTC. How well it has been improved upon. The training and placement department plays a very important role here. Is that right? So how well it is being obtained? Okay, as an institution, how well it is being obtained? What is the median salary? What is the average incremental in my median salary? Next is going to be the higher education. How much percentage of students have been went for higher education? What is the contribution as a institution? All this for the placements and career. Our institutions plays a very important role. They have to ensure that the right counseling. Okay, counseling, whenever you are going to talk about the counseling, okay, my dear faculties, I just want to add that there are two types which we have to understand. Okay, for this career enhancement, there are two types. One thing, whenever you are going to talk about career counseling, one aspect is towards, we are going to have a kind of a session in saying that these are the different career options are available. That is career awareness. Okay, in a crowd of 50 to 100, we are going to say that these are the career advancement opportunity or having. That is not career counseling. Career counseling is always going to be one-to-one. Okay, career counseling is always one-to-one. So career counseling, okay, make sure that as an institution, how we are going to have a very effective career counseling. okay, in such a way that we are identifying the inborn skills of your learners. And then we are going to find them, we are going to suggest them the right path of their future. Next, we are going to talk about the medals, awards of outstanding performance in students in sports and cultural. Yes, very important aspect. Many institutions have been not performing good in this parameters. The reason maybe, okay, it's my reflection. Are we having a separate concentration? Are we having a separate concentration? Are we having any kind of separate methodology to add values to my sports and cultural students? Okay, it's a very important aspect, is right? Because the sports student or cultural students who have been joined your institution, having a faith in such a way that his or her, okay, inborn skills will be respected and will be added more values, more competency in your institution. So ensure, okay, so you are going to ensure in such a way, okay, you are going to ensure in such a way that we are going to, okay, we are going to play a very major aspect in saying that how well we are going to add values. Are we having a special concentration, special approach for this students? If it is, that plays a very important role. Next is going to be our alumni association. Yes, how well we are giving back to our alumni. I'm not asking about what's the value, what is the things which your alumni is giving to you. No, as an institution, make sure that first I have a methodology saying that how I am giving back to my alumni, lifelong learning. Okay, for 7 years back, 10 years back, the alumni which you have been, okay, which have been completed, who have been completed in our institution, they don't have an opportunity to learn about artificial intelligence, machine learning, data engineering. But now you can able to provide in such a way that the opportunity can be given right now. Okay, because they are our learners, lifelong learners. So make sure that you are having a very active alumni association. My dear friends, my dear educators, my dear institutional professionals, take this as a very important factor. Your alumni are going to be the connect with your employers. Very, very important factors. Make sure that how you are going to add values to them in different aspects. That plays a very, very important role. Next, we are going to about the governance, leadership, and management criteria 6. About the performance appraisal system. Whenever we are talking about this, okay, appraisal systems, we may think that appraisal can be done only on the financial aspect. Outcome of this appraisal is a financial aspect. Not like that. Appraisal systems outcomes can be, we are going to evaluate the competency and we are going to evaluate the gap of the competency and we are going to add flavors to fill that gaps. It can be a knowledge sharing session, it may be a counseling, yeah, it may be a FDP, it may be a new technological incorporations. But make sure that this appraisal, okay, academic performance indicators, some of the institutions have been naming it as academic performance indicators. How well this academic performance indicators are? Some institution, okay, have been made this academic performance indicator towards this AI methodology that, okay, that can be evaluated saying that what is the performance appraisal of this particular, okay, educator last year comparing to this year and what are the expected outcome for next year. Okay, artificial intelligence based performance appraisal system. Make sure that are you having a right SOP for that, because adding quality in an institution plays a very major role. Teachers plays a very, very, very vital role. Next, about the financial supports to attend conference. What is the value? What is the cumulative value last year? What is the cumulative value this year? What are the different kind of conference have been attended? What are the different places our faculties have been went and have been attended the programs? Next, about the FDPs. Okay, number of FDPs, different topics, and what are the faculty development programs we have been conducted and what is the outcome of it. Okay, while we are going to conduct the FDPs, faculty development program, what is the reach? What is the reach on last year? What is the reach on this year? Okay, you believe it or not? Okay, last November we have been conducted a program FDP at, okay, Coimbatore, at one of our knowledge partners, okay, institution. Okay, We have been expected the number is 70, but it have been outreached the number of 200 faculty development program on quality educations. So why I've been sharing this experiences, the IQACs plays a very major role. They fixed, they had a SOP, they ensure that they have been following it. Next, quality assurance initiatives is a part of IQAC. Last AQAR submission, what is the quality assurance initiative you had and what is the status of it right now? This AQAR, what is going to be my quality assurance initiative? It can be anything. Okay, the quality assurance initiative can be anything. Okay, for example, implementation of best practices horizontally towards all my department. One quality assurance initiative. Okay, making sure that all the faculties in my institution have been well versed in LMS. One quality assurance initiative. Is it right? Okay, so make sure that the theme, okay, you can able to see that in government institution. Okay, in government institution, they have been having a theme, okay, for every year on every program. Okay, like that, you have a theme. Okay, this quality initiative, assurance initiative is a theme for your IQAC. This year, what is your theme and what you have been achieved? What is the effectiveness of achieving this? Plays a very major role. Next, the last criteria is going to be about my institutional values and best practices. Yes, the institution will, okay, we'll be getting many certifications regarding energy, environmental green. My observations is, are we seeing the audit observation sheet? By seeing the audit observation sheet, what are the next course of actions? For this action, okay, for that actions, what is the current state? Whether it has been sustainable, the action which we would have been, okay, we had taken in last year, whether it has been in the sustainable way. Next, we are talking about the best practices of the institution and its outcomes. This year, I identified a best practice. Okay, last year I have been identified the best practice. What is the status of last year best practice? Whether the best practice which I opted for last year, whether it has been converted as your institutional uniqueness or not, the best practices which you are opting for this year, whether you can able to ensure that within 6 to 7 months it is going to be implemented throughout my institution or not, throughout my all my departments or not. What is the SOP for that? That is the way which our IQAC has to work on. Next, about the events. Okay, while you are going to talk about the events, okay, the events can be about different aspect. Okay, different aspect. On this aspect, starting from tolerance, harmony, all this aspect. Okay, make sure that you have been having academic, okay, academic calendar. With this academic calendar, you have been incorporating all these events. These events, what is the outcome of it? We are celebrating this. Okay, we have been celebrating. What is the outcome of it? Okay, how well it has been gauged, how well it has been incorporated, how well it has been, okay, understood by our learners. That plays a very important aspect of this criteria 7. Next, we have been moving into the most important part of strategy of AQAR submission. What is going to be our strategy? How well, okay, we are being going to ensure that, okay, the strategy, okay, if I've been going to plan this, okay, if I've been going to plan, if I've been going to follow this strategy, how well I can able to obtain it. My dear friends, is a very important strategy, very important thing, which we have been framed from our ISG Academy based on our experience and based on the senior faculties who have been visited many organizations, many institutions for the quality audit. Make sure that you have been having a academic and administrative audit team. Before submitting your going to frame a team of academic and administrative audit team from your IQAC. And you are going to have the second parameter is your audit parameters. How you are going to, okay, how you are going to have your audit parameters? The audit parameters is very simple. The criteria 1 to criteria 7, which I've been spelled out right now, what I am going to do, I am going to have a 25% incremental value. 25% incremental value. For example, value added course. Last year, okay, in my institution, I've been conducted 50 plus 25%. 75 number should be there for this year. Okay, audit parameters, this audit parameters should be made for each departments, not for institution. No, because the academic and administrative audit team is going to audit the departments. Is it clear? So you are going to have the audit parameters with you. While you are going to frame the audit parameters, make sure that you are also considering the different quality aspects, starting from NAC, starting from NIRF, starting from QS, SDG goals, and the impact ratings. Okay, what are the accreditations and certification you have been followed in your institution? Make sure that you are taking all this parameter in mind while you are going to prepare this audit parameters. Next, okay, as I told you, increase in parameters. Okay, 25% increase in audit parameters should be done. Okay, should be made in such a way that each department have been contributing this in such a way that if any of our department is being not have been meeting that, as an audit team, you have to ensure that how it can be obtained before we are going to submit this AQAR. Next is going to be our cross-functional audit. What is cross-functional audit? While I'm going to frame a academic and administrative audit team, make sure that you are assigning the auditors with a different department. They should not audit the same department. Next, submission of departmental observation sheets. Once auditors, they have been complete the audit based on the parameters which we assigned, they are going to submit their observation sheet. Their observation sheets will have the good practice, observation, non-conformity, and it's going to have the objective evidence of following or meeting the parameters also. Next, the report will be given to our IQAC. The IQAC department, the IQAC cell is going to identify what are the common themes or what is going to be the common actions have been followed by all the departments, and they are going to note the non-conformities across the department. Okay, next, addressing the non-conformity. Okay, all the heads of the departments who have been having this non-conformity, they are going to address the non-conformity in two aspects based on correction and corrective action. Correction, what the least, how I can able to mitigate this risk of this non-conformity right now. Next, for the corrective action, they are going to propose to our IQAC team how I can able to ensure that this non-conformity of this parameter of not conducting this many value-added course as a given parameters has been not met. How I can able to ensure as a department in such a way that it is been not followed for the next year. That is the corrective action. So right. Next, we are going for policy revision if required. Very important thing. My dear friends, very, very important thing. Policy revision. Okay, if you as a IQAC, you have been identifying, you have been reviewing some of the non-conformities, which has been given by your auditors. That, by doing this, you are finding that some revision of your policies have been required. Make sure that, yes, you have been doing it with the approval of your IQAC members. Next, you are going to submit your annual quality assurance report. Effective annual quality assurance report with sustainable improvement. Is that right? The objective which we have been talked, at the early of this session of the sustainability. Yes, after following this 9 step, I am ensuring that I've been adding values towards my AQAR report. Next, we are going for the SPARK analysis. SPARK analysis. After this report, I am identifying my strength, my institutional strength, weakness, opportunities, and challenges. By having a SPARK analysis, then as a IQACSL, I am converting it as a KPI establishment for next year AQR. By understanding this, next we are going to submit our AQR. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity. If you have any doubts, okay, if you have any doubts or any clarification, you can able to put it in the chat box. I am happy to reply to you. Thank you.
Professor, amazing. Professor, Dr. Manoharan speaking.
Sir, Manoharan sir, how are you, sir?
Professor, excellent. All these strategies are excellent.
Thank you,
And,
sir.
Implementation responsibility role, you have given very clarity. Excellent.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your sustainable participation and also for your feedback, sir. Thank you, sir. My dear professors, I just want to add a small note on our professor Manoharan sir. Last 3 years, he been attended, I think, more than 5,000 programs.
Yes, Professor.
Thank you, sir. You are a role model for all of us. So thank you, sir.
Thank you. I appreciate your educational services. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Okay, any other feedbacks or any other doubts which you have been going to have? Because it's a very important session which I felt. We are going to close this 2023. This is very important aspect. Okay, for every year we are going to submit our AQR. Make sure that this AQR have been done in a very dedicated way, in such a way that we have been adding values to our institution. Okay, feedback link will be posted by our team. Before that, okay, best practice can be changed every year. Yes, best practices can be changed, but okay, the uniqueness of your institution cannot be changed. Each year, the best practices will be it will be converted as your uniqueness or districtness. Okay, it cannot be changed, but best practices can be changed. Okay, before our team has been putting the feedback links, okay, make sure that if possible, you have been owning your videos for a photograph. I request all the participants, you can able to turn on your video. Our team can able to have a photograph.
Professor, we request to flash the feedback link in chat box also, Professor.
Sir,
Hello?
yes, sir, surely I will pin it, sir.
Okay, thank you, professors, for attending this session. Quality assurance is from criteria 6. The outcome of this quality assurance is criteria 7.2 and 7.3.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your excellent presentation, sir. Thank you, sir. Participants, I will pin the feedback form list and the response link in the chat box, and also the registration link for the next complimentary webinar. And I will pin it in the chat box. Kindly fill it. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for this wonderful participation. And if you record this presentation, okay, kindly ping our team. They will be sending this presentation for your implementation point of view. And adding values to this, if you have any kind of, okay, hardship while you are going to implement this strategy, always be in contact with our team. They can able to help you for the betterment of the institution. As we always feel that if an institution quality enhanced, the society, the quality of the society is going to be improved, and we are adding more values towards the sustainable development goals of our country. Once again, thank you. Advance Happy New Year. Have a prosperous year. Thank you all. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Yeah, I'm just sending the feedback links and the response link and also the registration link for the next webinar. Those who want to register can kindly register in this link itself. And those who not receive the mails or the links, I will just also send mail to you. Shobha ma'am, have just pin it in the chat box. Please check, no? You're saying the link is not received. I have resent it Please check.
Test பண்ணு.